It was my first morning in the cabin. Sunlight spilled through the pine trees like gold, softening the rugged peaks that surrounded my newly purchased slice of paradise. Birds chirped, coffee brewed, a breeze carried the scent of cedar through the open windows. Peace. Exactly what I'd worked so long and hard for. After years in corporate law, I'd walked away from the suits, skyscrapers, and soul-draining meetings to finally retire early. Bought a 3-bedroom cabin with 20 acres tucked at the base of Shady Ridge, a mountain range most city folk didn't even know existed. The property had no HOA, no neighbors within shouting distance, and no drama. Or so I thought. By 8:17 a.m., the drama had arrived in a silver SUV with tinted windows and a clipboard duct taped to the passenger door. I watched it pull up like a shark circling the shallows. 2 people stepped out. A guy in khakis and a woman in crisp white sneakers, her neck stiff and shoulders squared like a general. I knew her type immediately. Karen. She didn't wear a crown, but the way she surveyed my property said she ruled something. I walked out, still sipping my coffee. "Can I help you?" The woman looked me up and down like I was furniture she didn't remember ordering. "You're the one who moved into 1300 Shady Bluff?" "I am," I said. She sniffed. "You're aware this land belongs to Timberstone Lake Estates HOA." I blinked. "No, it doesn't." She gave a fake smile that didn't touch her eyes. "Sir, this land was annexed into our HOA zoning in 2019. All adjacent lots within the ridgeline perimeter fall under our development's authority. Your cabin is on parcel 43B, and as of this year, it's considered part of our community overlay." I nearly laughed. "I bought this parcel directly from the family that's owned it since 1974. It was explicitly listed as exempt from zoning overlays. There is no HOA attached." She held out a manila folder. "You'll want to read this carefully." Inside was a stack of printed bylaws and something handwritten on a post-it. "Welcome to the community. Let's get you into compliance." "I'm not interested," I said, handing it back. "That's not an option," she replied. "We'll be back with our committee next week to inspect your fencing, roofline, and satellite dish. Non-compliance can result in daily fines." I stared at her, then at the man behind her, who kept checking a laminated rule sheet like it was scripture. "I think you're confused. You don't own this land, and you sure as hell don't tell me what to do on it." Karen's smile faltered. "Sir, I am the HOA president." "And I said evenly, "am your landlord." That stopped her. She blinked. "Excuse me?" "I own the land under Timberstone Lake Estates. The HOA built those houses on leased land. I acquired the master lease rights and the mineral rights last year. Before I bought this cabin, I bought the mountain." She started to say something, but I cut her off. "You didn't research the parcel before marching over here. You assumed, and now you've made a mistake that's going to cost you." She turned red. The clipboard man whispered something, and she waved him off. I gave them 10 seconds to leave. They used 8. The SUV kicked up gravel as it peeled away. That night, I went through the Timberstone HOA website. It was a nightmare of fees, surveillance, and threats. Karen had essentially built a mini dictatorship. Fines for garage doors left open. Reports on the color of holiday lights. Even a rule about the acceptable volume of laughter during evening hours. Insanity. I sent a certified letter the next day to the entire HOA board. "You are hereby informed that as of April 1st, I am the title holder to land lot 46A through 74C, including the ground beneath Timberstone's roads, utilities, and common areas. Any attempts to extend HOA jurisdiction beyond your designated plat map will be treated as unlawful encroachment." She responded by doubling down. She started fining me anyway. Daily notices, threats of liens, fake inspections. She had no legal basis, just boldness and intimidation. She even published a community update warning residents that I was a rogue landowner undermining neighborhood security. That's when I started digging. I hired a land surveyor and an HOA attorney. Turns out, Karen had quietly attempted to expand the HOA's footprint into surrounding lands through what's called a silent annexation, a clause triggered by lack of objection over a 3-year span. But that clause was based on a falsified community vote, fake signatures, forged notary stamps. We found them all. And so, I filed a lawsuit. HOA versus their landlord. The case made local news before it even reached court. I showed the judge every signature and the video of Karen trying to serve me a fake fine while trespassing on my porch. The judge threw out their annexation attempt in 30 minutes. Karen looked like she'd swallowed glass. But I wasn't finished. Because as landlord, I had legal authority to renegotiate Timberstone's ground lease. So I did. The new terms? Double the annual lease fee, immediate payment for any unpermitted construction, mandatory review of all HOA rule changes by me, the landowner, and a clause allowing me to terminate the HOA's lease with 90 days' notice if they attempted to interfere with adjacent non-HOA parcels again. The board folded. Karen resigned. The homeowners cheered. Turns out, most of them hated the HOA. They were sick of the paranoia, fines, and micromanagement. She'd ruled through fear, and I'd just cut off her crown at the root. 3 months later, the neighborhood voted to dissolve the HOA entirely. In its place, they formed a community council, volunteer-led, optional dues, no enforcement powers. Karen moved out within the year, sold her house under market value. Her new address? Unknown. Sometimes I walk the trails above Timberstone. I look down at the quiet little cul-de-sac she once ruled like a queen, and I smile. Because she stormed into my life thinking I was just a stubborn new neighbor. But she didn't realize. She built her empire on my land, and she picked the wrong landlord to cross. Thanks for watching this heartwarming tale from Pixar Tales. If the story touched your heart or made you think, don't forget to like, comment, and share it with someone who needs a little magic today. Your support means the world and helps us keep bringing these stories to life. Subscribe for more unforgettable moments, and we'll see you in the next tale.